Morning peeps, I'm back and today we got a special show, end of the year special, where we're going to be giving out awards, having our own awards this year because the official fantasy content creator awards that take place every year are nothing but a farce. People voting for themselves and all that type of thing, and they've got nothing to do with what people actually watch, have they? So I'm doing my own today, and it's all based on what I watched. And there's a lot of people that aren't going to get a mention, and it's not because you're no good. It's because I haven't had the time to watch your stuff. So don't get upset if you're not in it. You're probably going to be more upset if you are in it, because I won't be holding back, peeps. People need to be told, and that's how we're going to improve. So I'm like that little prick who always comes onto my comments to complain about my sound quality. It's good to be critical, because then I get to fix it. So I just check I have fixed it. Let's see if I've got my filters working. Oh, I haven't. No. So this is what I mean. This is a good job, but people complain. So now it's working. So it should be good now, peeps. Right, so we're going to be having awards for all different types of things. The best show, best chat show, best watch-along show, best deadline stream, the best place to actually go and look for content about FPL. And we've got a special Prick of the Year award, so a lot of you in contention for that. And then we've got an overall winner at the end. So let's crack on, peeps. Now, the best general FPL show, the winner is going to be, it is Black Box. I've won it. There's a few that I watch, but none of them quite get me interested to watch as Black Box. When I know Az and Mark are coming on, I'm like, oh good, it's Black Box time. Settle down and watch it. I watch other ones, but it's more, I just watch them whenever, you know what I mean? But this one, I always enjoy it. There's a good chemistry between them. There's always a bit of fun. And I know they got a lot of stats and that going on. My eyes glaze over sometimes, but Az is always there to give a bit of comic relief. And there's a good bit of banter between them. And it's a show that I always watch. I've watched Mark's stuff since way back. Like everybody else, since way back when. And I think it's still, it's the best show out there, I think, really. It's just got a great mix of information and humour as well. It's genuinely entertaining, isn't it, peeps? Genuinely entertaining. So that's the award for that. Like I said, there's plenty of other good shows that I watch as well. Now we're going on to a new category. I didn't have this last year, because I know you all watched these awards last year, peeps. I have them every year as well, So, the next one is for the best chat show. Now, I think you know where we're going to go here. And that is a new one. FPL Have a Beer. I've been on this myself, which is why he's won it, basically. Because it was a really enjoyable experience. And I know other people have been on as well and talked to him. And it's all good fun. Nice, relaxing chat. I've watched all of them, I think. And I can't say that about any other channel, really. I can't say I've watched every single thing they've done. But with this guy, I think I have, I mean, he just sits there drinking, basically, doesn't he? Sits there sipping away on his drink, letting people waffle on about FPL and how they got into it and all that type of thing. And it's actually very, very relaxing, Steve-O was on there, wasn't he? And his one, so long, he had to have 2 episodes of it. It went on for hours. But this guy's really good, peeps, so check him out. He's only got a couple of hundred subscribers, which to me is ridiculous. It just shows that the amount of subscribers people have has nothing to do with the quality of what they put out. You know what I mean? So he gets an award there, peeps. Now, let's have a look. So the best watch-along show now. And you just heard me mention somebody on this one, Steve-O. And he wins the award for the best watch-along show. You know, but my own appearance on it this year was a disaster, peeps. Absolute disaster. You know, I think there were 8 of us all like corresponding on one of the games that was taking place, you know, and I was on dial-up out here in New Zealand. I was about 10 minutes behind. You know, I was watching the Chelsea game, telling, I think they won a massive. It was like one of those games where they get 5 goals. And it was hopeless, peeps. You know, I was telling people about a goal and they already knew like 10 minutes before. You know, then my whole thing cut out and I was like a statue there, like sort of stuck like that for about 10 minutes. You know, my video wouldn't even move. So that was all a bit of a disaster. You know, I had to pretend I was ill and make my excuses and leave in the end, peeps. You know, I got a headache, couldn't stick it anymore and I left. But this is this is the best show. There's always a lot of fun between Jason and Steve-O. And he doesn't hold back, old Steve-O, when something happens. So you get a lot of good value out of him. And it's different from all the other stuff out there, isn't it? So he's the won that one. And now we're going to move on to the best deadline stream. And I must say I don't often watch these because they're on in the middle of the night. And I can't be bothered getting up to watch them. But when I do watch one, there's one that I always go to over the others. And that one is FPL Harry. Because first off, he supports Chelsea. So he obviously knows what he's doing. Secondly, he talks nice and quickly and clearly. And all the information's there in his head. He doesn't waffle on too much about other stuff. Only interesting things. And he doesn't give people dodgy blooming leaks and stuff and try and put himself up at the expense of the community like certain others have done in the last few years, and that's the reason why they are not winning this award. Harry, you look at Harry and you watch him and you can tell he's being honest, you know what I mean? He's got an honest looking face. You can see that he's trying his best. He's also the one who's got by far the best record of any of them. I mean, you look at that there, last 4 ranks, like 510th, 1,346, 3,800 and whatever. I can't even read that. But he knows what he's talking about. And he's one that I can actually go on, listen to, and actually take on board what he says. Whereas the other ones I tend to like, if I listen in, I just disagree with anything they say because basically they're talking shit. Right, peeps. So Harry wins that one. You know, you've all got, I mean, obviously these awards are all personal. You know, some of you might prefer other ones, etc. But these are the ones that I personally really like. All these shows on here that I'm giving out a shout for. So the next one, best social media site. You know, we've had a lot of uproar this year, haven't we, with the change from Twitter to Blue Sky. You know, everyone was disillusioned with Twitter. The community was really, really toxic over there. It had got pretty bad. I mean, I was as bad as everyone else. You know, like it got very low, and we'd all sunk to the lowest common denominator. And it was like a lot of fun, but it was a bit of a cesspool, wasn't it, Twitter? So everybody moved off to Blue Sky, which was really all nice and lovey-dovey. You know, I mean, it still is. But you get to game day now, and all you see on Blue Sky now is screenshots of people's team, and even screenshots of Salah with the points next to him, as if we don't know how many points Salah's got. Do you know what I mean? So in terms of information, the winner for me this year is neither of them. It's Reddit, which is where I go during a game week to read about FPL, because you're not like bombarded with screenshots of people's teams or anything like that. You've just got a series of articles about FPL, like you can see here. Most of them lately about Salah, to be fair. But, you know, you've just got information there. good discussions, and you can write comments that aren't restricted by the number of letters you can use or whatever. And it used to be the Fantasy Forum Scout, didn't it, back in the day, which is like a good place to hang out. Now there's no real place, I mean, Blue Sky's all right, but there's not. It hasn't got that, I mean, this is it here, is it? Yeah. So it's all right at the moment, but you wait until the games come on and it's just going to be full of people showing their teams. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. In demand, peeps, in demand. Right, now we've got a special award now. Special award. This is it. This is it, peeps. The Prick of the Year award. Who's it going to be? Who am I going to give this to, peeps? Who do you think? Well, it's not actually who you think. So it's the end of the year, and I would not be giving out an award like this to a person just to promote my show and make someone look bad. So the winners, joint winners this year, peeps. And it's none of the people in the community, because you've all been top notch. So it's Haaland and Arteta. So Haaland's got the award for his be humble comments at the start of the season. He started on fire, and he was getting hat-tricks left, right and centre. It went straight to his head, and we found out what an obnoxious little twat he really is, didn't we? So, he done himself no favours with that remark. And since he did it, he's scored like 2 goals, and one of them was this week. So it completely stuffed his form up. And he just made himself look like an idiot, didn't he, really? One of the reasons I got rid of him, I thought, he's a prick. I don't want him in my team. Now, the second one who gets the award is the person he was talking to. He's getting one as well. Because Arteta is such a slimy little bloody slippery little prick with his team news that he's worse than Boona. Although Boona's good, Boona's funny and entertaining, and did a wonderful fucking thing with getting that Kuna news all around the world the other day. But Arteta is a complete joke, peeps. Can't trust him. We don't know what's happening when someone's injured, and he's just encouraging all the other managers to start hiding information from us at their team briefs or whatever you call them. What do you call them? Press conferences, that's it. So they're the 2 pricks of the year, and they both deserve them. There's probably more. I could probably fill that page with them. But right, so now we're moving on to the overall winner. Now this is the best and the biggest award of the day. If we're going to get a cup, personalised cup, except I'm too lazy to write anything on it. So we're getting a blank cup, peeps, blank. So you can write their own. It's pretty much what they give us, And the winner is FPL Premier League. Because when we win it, that's about all we get, isn't it? A blank cup. You have to buy your own, probably, telling you what a great FPL player you are. But the reason they've won it, this time last year, I was at like 3 million. I had no interest in FPL. I was playing other formats. I was completely bored of it. And this year, they've really stepped up. Peeps. They've brought in new rules with the transfers. They've really tightened up the pricing to make it competitive. Although that prick Saka, like I said, has ruined my season personally, or made it more unbalanced, because now everybody's got money. Everyone could afford Trent, and everyone can now afford to use their chip. They're all desperately saving money to use this extra chip. Now, because of Saka, we've all got money, and that shows just how important a tight budget is. It makes it much more exciting, and they did a really good job with the prices this year. Really good job. Even when Haaland was getting hat-tricks every week, it was still viable to go with an alternative strategy and not own him. So they did a great job there. They've also introduced this new chip, which is like a good step in the right direction. A lot of people don't like it, but at least they're trying and doing something different, and we've seen that we had 10 years of nothing much changed, did it? And if you watched my show the other day, you saw that they're hiring for a new manager to look at how they can develop the official game even further. So there's going to be lots of changes coming up. Hopefully they're going to be good ones, peeps. Hopefully, and not going down the road of blooming gambling. Which picks of the year, one I forgot to mention, peeps, a slight blight on one of the content creators, and that's Fantasy Scout, because the adverts have been creeping back in. Gambling ads have been creeping back into their shows, and it's not a good thing. Everyone else has done a great job, like you see Black Box with the manscaping stuff, and you've got The Wire doing VPNs and stuff now instead of gambling ads. So the community's all done really well in backing off from advertising gambling, except for Scout, who are sneaking it back in. So, but anyway, we don't want FPL doing the same, because there's a possibility they're going to start partnering up with gambling firms or whatever. I don't know if they are, but when the new person comes in, he wants to think on, peeps, and try and avoid that if he can. So they're the overall winners. They've done really well. The game is much more interesting this year than it was previous years. And it's fantastic, peeps, fantastic. I think we're all enjoying it. And even if you're not doing that well, it's still an enjoyable game, isn't it? We all love this game. We all hate this game. Love-hate relationship with it. But overall, it's a lot of fun, isn't it? Otherwise, I wouldn't be here, peeps. And you wouldn't be here listening, would you? But that's pretty much it, peeps, for today. We've had given out the awards. There's plenty of other good content out there. Pick your own favourites in the chat, and I'll try and watch a few of them. And let me know what you think about them, because it's good to know, isn't it, how everyone's tracking along. And because it's enjoyable. I think I watch a lot more YouTube now than I watch normal TV. I hardly ever watch normal TV anymore. I'm either watching fantasy football stuff or chess streams or whatever, So the world's changed, peeps, and we've all changed with it. So I'll talk to you all later. So like and subscribe, and I'll be back in about 2 hours with my end of the week review after that prick Odegaard, Arsenal defence, and Isaac have completely wrecked my green arrow. So I'll talk to you all later, and cheers for now then, peeps, and have a happy new year.